Good. Are you on? Am I on? I'm on everywhere. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the program. It is Sunday. It is I. I'm going to have some coffee in my underwear. I'm not going to make any. I do not have the resources because I'm not home or in any of my various studios. I am in State College, PA, site of last night's collision, which I think is how it needs to be pronounced from now on. And I had a nice time. I had a swell time, and I had a late time. So that's why I look like shit. Let me clip this up. Let's do this. There we go. This will be a fun little tutorial. This is very nice. Before we get on with the business of the day, let's show off a little underwear for everybody. And then here we go. All right, I got these. Can anyone see? I got a nice little diesel pair here. There we go. That's a hair better, shall we? It's a nice time. It's a fun time. The chair is sort of a faux leather, so it's going to make a weird sound when I get up later, and I'm also excited about that. Now, on to business. If you have not already, please do what you need to watch the latest AEW with Prince Nana, Brian Cage, Toa Leona, and Khan, the Mogul Embassy. It has everything you've wanted out of each of those people, and maybe even me. Yes, there's the dance. Yes, there's some song. Yes, there's a grave misunderstanding, but I think we got through it. And I'm happy that people have taken to Nana and are enjoying him so much. He seems to be reveling in the well-deserved enjoyment. I think everyone should seek it out. Certainly, Nails is now happy in the chat. She's been asking for months and months and months and months. Here it is. And then you learn about Brian Cage. You learn about Khan. You learn so much about Toa Leona. You need to watch it. Go watch it. Go share it. Go like it. Go comment. Go tell everyone that you like it. I have some water here. Matt D's been a member for 3 months. And he said, what a wonderful 3 months it's been. Tell the truth. Are you behind Tony Storm's new persona? Because it's very you. I will say this. You can also watch this. Shot and Chaser. Shot would be the Hey with Mogul. Chaser would be last night on Collision. I had the privilege to sit down for an exclusive with Tony Storm. It's part of a series, a recurring series. My understanding is it's going to come back, called Tony Storm, Portrait of a Star. So maybe next week after her match at Grand Slam, I will get to interview her. I think, this new iteration of Tony Storm, I'm the only interviewer she hasn't thrown a shoe at. So, I mean, that in itself means a lot to me, and that means I'm doing something right. And these Lexis and Shivani's and Paquettes don't seem to know what they're doing with somebody like Tony. I feel like I could speak to her, be a storm whisperer, so to speak. So go watch that, go like it, go share it. Just flood as much fucking content as possible today. That's ultimately the goal, including this. Mookie has joined Condo of Charisma. Good luck, Mookie. Why YouTube knocks me off my channel support level and makes me rejoin every 3 months or so, I have no idea. Neither do I, and I will take it up the Condo board. Sean said, hey, yo, culties. Morning, RJ. The Toa Leona bit destroyed me. I didn't get it until you said Spanglish. Well, it's such a long resume, and everyone should enjoy it. Mookie said, where in Pennsylvania is RJ? State College. There's just a fucking college here, and I feel like a creep just being here. I'm like, oh, what? No, go kids, go have fun. I'm not hanging out. I went to Tuesday, what day was it? Friday night. We went to fucking Applebee's. It was the only thing that was open, and I felt like I was 90. Mookie said, oh, if he was in Pittsburgh and I missed him again, I would be upset. I think we need a calendar of RJ events or perhaps a tracker. Yeah, maybe the AEW schedule. Welcome, Mookie. Amanda said, good morning, friends. Mia said, good morning. Yes. Christine said, good morning, RJ and friends. This new episode is honestly one of my favorites. Oh, my God. Not only that, this episode of Hey is the 70th episode. So happy anniversary to Hey. I remember thinking, well, we'll maybe get 10 of these. That's insane. That is remarkable because I'm remarking on it. Karina said, good morning, everyone. Dorothy said, good morning, RJ. Good morning, everyone. Christine said, what exactly is the good Pennsylvania? Well, State College is fucked because it's not really Pittsburgh. It's not really Philadelphia. You got to drive to this to this like cornfield, and then State College. So if you've ever been here, you would understand what I'm talking about. And the fact that all that was open on Friday night was Applebee's tells you everything you need to know. Mia said, I'm waiting for the cable guy between 8 and 12. Just put the movie on. Dorothy said, Christine, any news on the Jericho Cruise wait list? Which reminds me, we're coming up so close to the end of January. And ahoy, I'm on the Jericho Cruise. Kurt said, that's brisk, baby. Good thing to say. Simon Graves said, good morning. Good morning to you. Oh, my God. I'm so far behind in this chat. I'm moving along as quickly as I can. Nail said, good morning. I've never been happier. That whole episode was just for Nails. I have Sheets coffee here, by the way. I have 2 nitro cold brews, and I have one that is, it's called an oatmeal. What is this? What is this shit? Oat milk vanilla caramel thing. Let me try it. Jesus Christ. I'm never having that again. Emmanuel said, is Toa Leona the quietest guest on AEW? Absolutely not. Hook was. Cole said, good morning, Diesel Boy. Weird thing to call me. Squirrel Squad, who's been doing some wonderful art. Go look at it. Say, good morning, everyone. You and Nana had a fabulous duet on today's Hey. We had kind of like 3 of them. It was like, you ever get that tingle when you sing with someone? So I'll say, good morning from the cool fall morning in Kansas. I was so glad to start my day by saying, hey, the chair lowered, to Prince Nana and crew. And they were happy to hear from you, too. Yes, Christine said Hook was quieter. Amy said, good morning. You're in my home state. Sorry. Everyone's congratulating Nails. Sammy said, good morning. Karina said it was a great episode of Hey. SM has been a member for 40 months. Jesus. When Nails is happy, we are happy. Lady Pam said, good morning, RJ and crew. Kurt said, RJ, a couple weeks ago, you were saying You'll Never Walk Alone from Carousel. The song is eternally linked to my favorite football team, Liverpool. Can I claim you as a fan of the club? No, and here's why. Not that I'm against them. I'm a Fulham FC guy. But I had known it as the song that Jerry Lewis sings at the end of every Jerry Lewis muscular dystrophy MDA Labor Day telethon. That's how I know it. And that's why I always sang it. And then I had no idea that and I wonder if Jerry must have knew about it and said, those football kids are wrong. Is that Darnell? Oh, look at this handsome face. Yes, it is. Portrait of a Star with Tony, I thought you were calling her a piece of shit, is fantastic and reminds me of your old vignettes. Well, maybe that's why I can understand her, because I think I felt her way before, and I feel like I'm relating to her. By the way, let me tell you, such a fan of the job we did last night. They did give me my own chin up, tits out Tony Storm shirt, which you can get now at shopaw.com. I'm so nutty about what we did that I'm not even promoting my own merch. So it's really nice. And who has their chin up and tits out more than I do, especially right now? Mia said, I need to meet Prince Nana more since I saw AEW. I love that people are learning about them and saying that they're liking them, and I wish them the moon. Aaron said, if a shoe were to be thrown at you, what shoe would you prefer? Maybe a nice loafer, maybe something I could wear, MSRT said, only interviewed her she hasn't thrown a shoe at. Yes. Norman said, RJ, you had Prince Nana, and you didn't say, I've never been to Ghana, but I have had gonorrhea because you, my friend, are an author. That clip came out yesterday, and it was about them having 2 princes. Khan is a prince, Nana is a prince. And I'm like, there's 2 princes in the group. And then everyone's like, wow, I hope you make a Spin Doctors joke. And I was like, the fact that everyone said that told me I did the right thing by not making the joke. So everyone else seemed to have made it for me. Okay, Gamer Jasmine Duke said, well, hi to you. She has posted a nice picture with Orson and a wonderful Iron Sheik hoodie from Roots of Fights. Christine said, Darnell is here. I immediately feel underdressed. That's true. Leo, it was great meeting you the other night. It was great meeting you too, Leo. Francis Pronk said, good afternoon. It's already 3:33 p.m. here in the Netherlands. Dear Lord. Darnell said, also, the people need to know if you're in New York for AW this Wednesday. I am. I will be there. I do not know what I'm doing or when schedule-wise. So I have no idea. Remember that time I texted you when I was in and you didn't answer me? That was kind of when there's a window, I let you know. So, and then the rest is up to you. Amy said, State College. I've lost my place. State College is literally all college kids. I know, it's weird. You feel like the dean. You feel like the bad British guy from Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield. Mr. Mellon. Leo said, what about Panera Bread? How old do you have to be to go there? It's a great question. I've only been there. I would still, my grandmother was big on Panera when it was just in New York, and it was so much better than, allegedly. Moogie said, RJ might feel more home at Cracker Barrel. Well, I got my sheets with me, and I don't want to go to Cracker Barrel but alone. It feels sad and a little depressing. You know what I'm saying? Efren, oh my God. Morning, RJ. Yesterday was the 40th anniversary of the television show Webster, which leads me to 80s game show regular Henry Pollock II. Do you like him? He's okay, but I would put him in that Gary Berghoff category of not like too wild, just like there's like the 70s game show celebrities, and then there's like the 80s ones, like your Marsha Wallace and your what have you. I loved Fanny Flagg, certainly. And I loved, there was that other guy. Oh, what's his name? Am I thinking of Dick Martin? I think I am. His face is in my head and I don't like it. And Nipsey was okay. Nipsey had his run. But one of my favorites, Efren, and this is the deepest cut I can think of, is there was a show called The New Liars Club. And I think it was just Canadian. And they would have objects or antiques or whatever. And the celebrities would say, oh, I know what that is. And only one of them was telling the truth. And one of the people on that show regularly was allegedly Johnny Carson's favorite comedian, Pete Barbuti. So try that one on for size, Efren. Colin said, when you showed up on the Tony Storm segment last night, it was the loudest I've popped for anything all weekend. Just Colin. Leo said, surprised it wasn't Cracker Barrel with AEW. Yeah, why isn't Cracker Barrel sponsoring the company anymore? I hope everything's okay. Jason said, great episode of Hey. Why not questions on his relationship with Tim Daly? Well, I wanted to stay away from things that are current, things that are ongoing. I certainly contacted Tim and I received no comment. He didn't really read the Instagram message. But nevertheless, Amanda said, the Sheets coffee are not that great. I usually get a frozen mocha with espresso shots because it's the only way to get this coffee down. I have nitro here. And I will say, for gas station coffee, blows everything else out of the water. But this oatmeal piece of shit. Oh, my God. Mia said, I had cold brew brown sugar from Starbucks, and it was nasty, but I also don't like coffee. Well, that's not coffee, Mia. Kurt said, RJ, I hate September as all the spiders try to make their way indoors. Any tips to combat them? Yeah, just leave the house. I was attacked by a giant bee the other day while I was in the shower, and it was like a wasp. I was gone before, like I didn't even look at it. Like I saw it at the corner of my eye and I left. Mass Andy said, Jerry Lewis was always nice to me. Mia said, Prince Nana retweeted my tweet, and that's the goodness of Prince Nana, and that's why he's a great person, and he's an artisanal wrestling manager, because he's there. He's on Twitter. You want to talk to him, he will interact with you. You tweet something good about him, he will retweet it. He cares about the work he does. He enjoys that people like his stuff. And you can only help but compliment him more when he's that delightful. Nail said, you have to model the shirt at the end of the stream. Candy said, you're the perfect person to interview Tony. And I'm happy. Renee's doing all that backstage shit. Let her do it. What are your thoughts? Let's get deeper, shall we? And that's what I'm doing with this wonderful series. Christine said, I want to buy the Tony T, even though it doesn't pass the can I wear this to pick up my kid at school test. I think it's fantastic that tits is allowed on TBS and TNT. That I'm over the moon. I was in a segment that said the word tits last night, and then a good motivational one. Easy E said, I'm going to Grand Slam. Been to all of them. Well, that's exciting. Leo said, Christine, just wear a hoodie over it and zip it up. Phil has been a member for 8 months. Okay, but look who texted who last night and who didn't respond. When the fuck did you text me last night? Let's see. Let's see where it is. I don't seem to see it. You didn't fucking text me. Go look at your fucking... Go... You're a fucking liar. Go look. You didn't text me. Dorothy said, Panera is okay. Hot take of the year. Mike said, if you think State College is bad, go further west to Clarion, where I graduated from. I've been to some Pennsylvania shitholes. Christine said, Panera really came and went quickly in the Toronto area. I think it's still there a little bit. Leo said, maybe with Taco Bell and Popeye's chicken coming to the UK, maybe Panera will be too, if you're lucky. Happy cultiversary to Darnell, said Nels. Bassett said, RJ, honey, sweetie, baby doll, that Tony Storm segment was marvelous. You're a star. Well, it was not. It was her. She was great. Christine said, oh, my God, I remember the new Liars Club. Deep cut indeed. We all love the new Liars Club. And who else was on it? The woman who's having sex with Gene Simmons right now, Shannon Tweed. Sorry, I couldn't remember her name. All I could remember is Gene Simmons' old weird penis inside of her. Matt Sandy said, I've watched more episodes of Murder, She Wrote lately. The guest stars are a who's whom of 1970s and 1980s game show guests. That was the hot ticket in the day. You could just, there were so many shows that you could just work, bounce around from everything. If you look at David Arquette's father's resume, Louis Arquette, you don't remember him from anything, and then it's just he was in all these amazing shows. You could just show up as a little part, and you would do his work. Mookie said Gary Berghoff as a category sounds like a really cool classification system. It's a really boring one. Andrew Zarian is here. Said good morning to you. Andrew's also coming to Grand Slam. We are granding. We are slamming. I'm sure there'll be some tennis puns. Okay, Gamer put a B emoji, and that's about how big it was. It was gigantic and angry. It attacked me. Gina said, loved having you on the Heels call. Oh, my God, thank you for reminding me. Monday? Was it Monday? It was Thursday. I was a surprise guest on the AEW Heels call. We did RJ City Trivia between Nyla Rose and Serpentico. Won't say who won. Won't say what the questions were. But next time we make it a crossover, can you drink coffee in your underwear for it? Hope you do it again either way. Well, it has been bandied about that I should be a proper full Heels guest at some point. Probably not in my underwear. A female-centered community promoting safety and inclusion, and this guy shows up in his underwear. Do you know what I'm saying? But, thanks for the sentiment. Ramblings of a Dying Soul said, is there anyone you've had on Hey that you'd want to do a second time? Oh, my God, yes. Ricky Starks, Will Hobbs, Adam Cole, Eddie Kingston, Tony Khan. Some time has gone by since my first day on the job when we talk, and I've got a bunch of fucking questions. Who else? There might be a guest coming up who has been on the show before, but not in a way that he has been previously. That's a nice vague clue. That'll help. It's one of those things. Sometimes I go, with somebody like Orn or this shit where I was like, that was perfect, and I don't want to touch it. I don't want to try to go after the exact same thing again. I don't know how a second one would ever work with anyone. I just know now so many people they're in different groups. They've grown as people. They've done so much work that we can talk about that it would behoove me to have them on again. It was also mentioned maybe I should have the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass on, since last time I had only had them separately. I had Billy Gunn on pre his Acclaimed affiliation. Do I have the Guns on again if I do Bullet Club Gold? Okay, Gamer said, good thing you had someone to fight the bee in your steed. I had a good steed. I had a great steed, and I had my honor defended. Mrs. RT said, would David be a better person to ask on how to battle spiders? No, he's good with like looking at tennis balls and pretending to be scared of them. Christine said, all insects are gross. I know they're necessary, but they can stay over there. Mike said, you responded to my wife on Twitter last night about Ian being on cat. I guess Mike's wife was the one who made the sign. We want Ian on AEW. We stalked him at an indie show last night, and she got a photo with him. Well, that's fucking weird. A million wrestlers you can get a photo with it. You got a photo with Ian. Jesus. Nell said, Princeton Vanity searches more than RJ does. He's so freaking happy to be talking down. Let me come to Nana's defense. That fucking guy was putting in the work. Stellar, wonderful, beautiful work before fucking Twitter existed. Before the internet was what it was. Before you could comment about someone and have the person see it. So he's making up for lost time, you know? Even not that I started wrestling pre-internet, but like YouTube still fell very, very early on. There was Facebook. There wasn't as much Twitter. There wasn't as much Instagram. And then all of that sort of came up. Like, I think there's a bunch of my old shit probably on Facebook somewhere. Because nobody knew what the fucking deal was. So, and he was even before that. But he deserves it all. So let him get it and give him more. And make this episode so beloved. Bassett said, Andrew, how much does Dave bench? This is not a time for these silly questions. Sammy said, my daughter turns 12 on Wednesday. Can she get a happy birthday from you, RJ? She loves hay. Yes, she can, Sammy. Cameo.com/RJ City. Happy birthday. Christine said, I love that he's checking the text immediately. Well, what do you want me to do? Just call me. I don't remember him fucking texting me. Efren said, happy 63rd birthday to Jim Cornette. And I'm only wishing that to the part of him that has inexplicably nice things to say about me. I thought I was supposed to not like you, and then you said nice stuff. I don't know how I feel. Speaking of hot happening podcast, Monday, September 25th, I am going to be on Kevin Nash and Friends. Click this, whatever the thing is. Kevin Nash's podcast, Sean Oliver. I talked to Sean Oliver yesterday. It's the first time we spoke, and we hit it off. I've known Nash for I feel like almost 20 years now, definitely like 15. And I'm so excited. He said such nice things about me. And now we finally get to talk again for an extended period of time. Even if when we talk for 5 minutes, shit's ridiculous. So please do whatever you have to do to watch that. Click this and be a part of it all. W. Stein said, I can see potential in your interviews with Tony Storm. Gee, thanks. Fearless Adam said, dream AEW guest. There's always so many. First of all, I just want to have everyone on the roster. So let me get that out of the way. And then you do have sort of those forbidden door people like Kevin Nash. Why wouldn't he come on the show? So many other people have asked to be on the show. Matt Cardona, Mickey James, Steph DeLander, Wes Barkley, who was there last night. So that would be great if we could just, I would like to get through the roster first. But I have a dream guest, Tony Shalhoub, BB Newirth. I've been steadfast in my choice there. Kurt Belmont said, currently working out while listening to you talk about Tony Storm. Chin up, sits out, feeling like new. Good for you. Should help your posture. The ghost of Jamiroquai said, good morning, friends. And that's exactly who I expected in my chat this morning. Dorothy said, sleep deprivation has leveled up. I just had to turn around and get sheet music I left home after previously running back upstairs to get my protein smoothie. Aren't you a gal on the go? Blue Meanie is here. He said, good morning, everyone. I said, good morning to you. And I would be remiss if I did not mention Blue Meanie was a part of my Untitled stage show at StarCast, and he was a delight. You can watch it now, Premier Streaming Network. You can also find him and his podcast, Mind of Meanie. He's got an inordinate number of action figures now. Mookie said Shannon Tweed. Thank you. Christine said, I just looked up the New Liars Club. It was a revival of a U.S. show hosted by Rod Serling and Alan Ludden, among others. Oh, my God. Imagine Rod Serling suffering through hosting a game show. Efren said, favorite Murder, She Wrote episode. Mine is the one with Haley Mills. There's one with, am I crazy? Is there one with Bill Maher? And I don't say that as a fan of Bill Maher. I just liked young, I'm trying to be an actor, Bill Maher. Darren said, Danhausen shoot interview. Is it? Yes. And he just comes out and says, my name's Dan. And he shoots on everybody. Mario said, I'm serious. That Duchovny line was awesome. Well, it's important we learn about the people, like Toa Leona. Amanda said, oh, yeah, I wish I knew you were a guest because I would have been there live. I was a fucking surprise. Nail said, bring back Matt and Jeff. You're talking about 2.0. Mia said, you should do better than you, baby, now. Oh, that's a lot. I don't know if Adam can get him back on the show. Amanda said, can you just, I've lost my place. Can you just let the culties know when you do it, please? Darren said, Taz is probably my favorite personally. Two legends. I would love to get back in the room with Taz again and trade old road stories. Snap Grapple Pop said, no guns, but definitely need card blade. Well, all right, you tell it to them. Leo said, there's a guy at work that got a full-on huge Giselle Shaw tattoo on his forearm. A bit odd. I'd love to see a picture of this, Leo. Is it full body? Darren said, your boys with Kevin Nash. That's awesome. Kevin Nash is delightful, and we're going to have a fucked up time. So Sierra said, next Sunday is my 41st birthday. RJ, I apologize in advance for my behavior. Sounds like somebody's getting the hall pass. Sick Boy said, SDL is hilarious. Nathan said, in Pennsylvania, no one said royalty was coming to my state. Mia said, so Sierra, my birthday is on Monday. I'll be 45. Bassett said, I love Tony Shalhoub. Still watch Monk from time to time. And I want to go back on the Best Show with Tom Sharpling, who produced Monk. I had the best time. Everyone said, good morning, Blumini. Mark said, who's been your favorite guest on Hay so far out of all the people who have been on so far? Well, it's been like, over 70 people. And it's I can't think about that. That's so hard. There's no quintessential episode. It's a show that is a lot of different things sometimes, And I always think about those ones that genuinely surprised me. Arn Anderson, just he said to me months and months and months after, he said, I don't know what it was. I said an interview. He said, I thought it was going to be CNN or something. And I sit down and it's you. And so, I mean, imagine that. That's always funny to me, And then there were people that are so great. Statlander was great. Jamie Hayter was wonderful. I'm trying to think who else has been on the show. I actually just sent someone the Eddie Kingston one, which is one of the first episodes we shot. And it still feels like it new and fresh and, whatever. Jade was also great on the show. There's many people. I don't know what to say. One of the funniest lines ever to me was on the Refs episode. I said, Rick Knox, what are your thoughts on the movie The Ref? And he had seen it and he just gave an honest review. And I was just like, that's the best. And I enjoyed the one that just came out. I had not seen it until this morning. And I was like, wow, that was really nice. These are interesting, deep, and deeply strange people. So, yeah, Gina said, you said Cardona and SDL want to be guests. They will both be on the cruise. Make it happen. Oh, shit. Andrew said the Weird Friends parody is great. I don't know what you're talking about. Are you talking about David Arquette's career? Amanda said, oh, my God, Cardona would break me. Christine said, yes, there's a Bill Maher episode of Murder, She Wrote. I watched a YouTube recap because I'm cool like that. Sean McGann said, Bill Maher is on 2 episodes as a different character. A few people did that. I love that. No respect for the audience ever at all. Thousands of actors in the world, and they're like, let's get Bill Maher twice. And they say Hollywood's not rigged. Mia said, you should have Chelsea Green on the show. Get back your $10. Lest we forget that David Arquette episode. I think that cost me more money, too. Nail said, when Cardona was on this show, he was terrified of RJ the whole time, but at least he was in his underwear. I will say, the ever-pioneering Matt Cardona was like, let's do coffee and underwear. We did it during the pandemic. We did it over Zoom, and he was great. Darnell texted me. He didn't text me last night. He texted me August 31st, and I didn't answer back. All right, so I'll give you that. It's been like a month. But you didn't text me last night. Darren said, did you ever wrestle Addie Starr, a top human being? I met her when I first started in this business, in like a living room with a ring in it in Kitchener. I don't think we ever wrestled. SM said, RJ carried the Cardona episode. Well, you kind of have to. Martin McHenry said, hi, guy. First time in months. I've actually been able to get here this time. I hope everyone's good. Well, it's too late for that. Leo said, can we get Lord on Hey W? But weird and unexpected. Yeah, I'm sure that people are on it right now. Nathan said, has anyone seen the new Monk stuff, or is it not out? It is not out right now. But when it comes out, I think there'll be a pretty special surprise in it. Matt Sandy said, IMDb said Bill Maher was in one episode, and also Bryan Cranston, who was another journeyman actor, before they said, make drugs. Val said, there are a ton of good random people on Murder, She Wrote. I love that show. You know, they would do, since Angela Lansbury was old, and there's a lot of older people on the show, they would often cast certain older actors to help them with, you know, if you don't make a certain amount a year as an actor, there's like a SAG thing, a union, you want to get your medical, your retirement, all that shit. Val Pancakes is here, popping for pancakes. Christine said, Mia, we're the same age, yet you look so much younger than me. I'm not going to get involved in this. John said, I'm not wearing any underwear. However, I'm wearing a full clown costume. Where did you put the nose is my question. Sick Boy said, I just love when you pop up Saturday during the show. Well, stay tuned. Who knows when I would ever pop up next. Nana said, Nail said, Prince Nana taking a Jude is my new favorite line. Andrew said, Murder, She Wrote had a Friends parody episode. I didn't fucking know this. I got to look this up now. Thank you for dropping this knowledge. I'm going to watch this when I'm done here. Jimmy said, just watch the latest Hey W. Amazing work, is always hilarious. Thank you, Jimmy. Very sweet of you. Mia said, Mia has a request. Can you sing Hey Jude like you're on the toilet in Nana voice? Do 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 da da do da da do 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 da da do 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 do. All right, I think we got it. Jesus, Mia, please. That's as good as you're gonna get. That's a decent Nana. W. Stein said, I would love to see you interview Sven Gulli as possible. I also wanted Hacker T Dog. I gotta wait till we get back to Wembley, unfortunately. Karina said, okay, I thought it was just me with the random ads. Oh, people have ads on the live stream? I think this is a new thing they're doing. Just click away. Shit. Darren said, how is Minoru Suzuki? Bloody loved it. 8 minutes billed for one line. I didn't fully understand. I was here for it. I was just covered in sweat at the end of it because I respect him so much. Leo said, if you could have William Shatner sing an AEW theme, which would you choose? That is a wonderful question. I'm trying to think of ones that I like with lyrics. I think he would have to do Swerve When I Drive because I want to see him meeting a knob. SM said, I think it's happened to me once or twice before. Oh, yeah. People got a bunch of ads, too. Well, what the fuck are you going to do? Baz said, did you guys watch Celebrity Poker Showdown? The Norm Macdonald episodes are my favorite. Is that the one that Dave Foley hosted? I talked to him about that. But there was a bunch of different similar shows. Darren said, oh, yeah, the streets are staying the same. Darren said, the streets are saying you're Tony Storm's new PA/manager. What do the streets know about anything? When am I on the streets to divulge such information? I don't leave the fucking house. But also, like, look at what I gave you. You know, I would be remiss if I did not mention in the listening on Spaces right now, the wonderful Maserati Wes, who wrestled last night on Collision, wrestles on Greektown Wrestling quite often. Go follow and enjoy him. I've bequeathed, and I've said it to him publicly, so I can't take it back now. I've bequeathed my old RJ City Greektown Cup sash to him. I feel like he's earned it, and I think he's done a tremendous, commendable job. Rob in New York said, throwing a suggestion in to get Ryan Nemeth on the show. I feel like he's underutilized. You know, I had one all ready to go for the Wingman, and then JD Drake's not in the Wingman, and then who's in the Wingman? Are they in together? It was a whole thing. But I had a bunch there. Val said, I always like the Jerry Orbach episodes, especially because then Angela and Jerry got to do Beauty and the Beast together, too. You know, I don't like that movie. I don't know why. Is it the cupboard? Maybe it's the talking cupboard. SM seconds the Ryan Nemeth request. Martin says, yes, hacker, please. Kurt said, Rue McClanahan was in an episode of Murder, She Wrote, getting an Amazon delivery today, which contains a yellow Golden Girls shirt. Well, good for you, Kurt. Leo said, I just don't get Russell Brand on... Yeah, okay, we don't even... Do we need to mention... Can we just let that shit happen? Yes, of course, yes. I wasn't planning on getting him before this. Believe me. Wasn't exactly a fan. Wasn't exactly my favorite milieu of human being. Snap Grapple Pop said, Sanjay laughing within seconds at Nana was a great start to today's episode. I don't know who you're talking about. Nail said, did Nana generally not know you would hit him with Amazing Grace? You know, he just, when I sang Camp Down Races, he was so beautiful that I feel like he planted the seed inside me to sing Amazing Grace. And then it just came out. And if anyone has Amazing Grace, it is that man. And holy shit, with the Mrs. Doubtfire, hello, Trisha Dora is here after months and months. I would log on and wait for you. And I go, is Trish okay? Has anyone heard from Trish? She's here. She was at Collision last night, and I don't know where she is now, but look at this. This is adorable. Hello to you, Trish. Darren said, who do you got winning the Grey Cup this year? My money stays on Winnipeg. Sure. Amanda said, I'm heading out, friends. Lovely weather here, so I got to go for a scooter ride. Good luck with that. Kurt said, do you have your manager's license? Yes, for an Applebee's, and it expires soon. Rob said, what's your street name, RJ? Gina Gershon. Trish is saying hi to Mia. Mia is saying hi to Trish. This is adorable. Bassett said, yep, talking about the one with Dave Foley. Yes, the poker show with Dave Foley. Lots of great guests on it. Dennis Rodman, Matthew Perry, Lauren Graham, Chevy Chase, Michael Ian Black. And you know who else was a good poker player? Seriously, like a tournament-winning one. Gabe Kaplan from Welcome Back, Kotter. And he thought his dreams were his ticket out. Rob said, my street name should be Little Riz Jizz. Trish, what would my street name be? Human Cube said, Auntie RJ, you were the best. By the way, I think there's more WrestleLance merch coming, too. We just talked about it a couple days ago. I'm very excited. I don't know when, but fucking hang in there. Christine has gifted 5 memberships. Val, John, Snap, Grapple, Pop, Karina, Lawrence, and Amy all have memberships. Good luck. Leo said, yes. Russell was very unfunny. One of those, is there any joke there, guys? Nails used a wonderful emoji of my dear Sylvia, who's doing well, and who we'll see very soon. Nails said, we for sure need Trish and the infantry on Hay. I don't know if Trish is ready. I've said quite a few insulting things to her face. Human Q said, watching Hay was the best way to wake up 6 a.m. since watching Wacky Races as a kid. I love Sunday morning funny. It is nice. Isn't it a weird way to start your Sunday for like over a year now? Sid said, Ricky Starks has his manager's license eliminated for sure, but who manages the managers? Mario loves JD. Great. Drake. Amanda said, Wes Barkley is a gem. Oh my God, Wes has requested to be in the chat. Hold on. Trish said, I love you. I love you back. That is so sweet. Nell said, Trish adorable. Let's talk to Wes. Let's do this. Wes, hello.
Did I make it on?
You did. Look at you. We're doing this.
Well, I told you yesterday I set my alarm. I hit snooze a couple times. But when I heard the manager's license in Applebee's, I had to request to join.
That is so sweet. You're a big Applebee's guy?
Well, I wanted to bring this up. See, this is expiring soon. And, last night was a huge night for me. So I was thinking about taking my lady friend somewhere
Oh my God, that would be lovely.
You know, possibly, maybe slide me a discount or something.
Yeah, if you can go sometime between 3 and 6 during Monday to Friday, I think I can get you a break on the appetizers.
Special location, or is that any of them?
I would say any of them in the tri-state area.
All right.
So
appreciate that.
Thank you so much. I like going to Applebee's and pointing out where I sat when I was at other Applebee's.
Okay.
Okay. But you had a nice time last night, but you also had a rough time.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling it today for sure.
Yeah, but you're not deterred. Your career is on the up and up. You're biting a belt in your profile picture.
I'm biting it. Yeah, I was trying to chomp through it. I was pretty hungry. That's what I was going for in the picture.
If you had to introduce yourself to these people who are not familiar, if they had to dip their toe into the pool that is Wes Barkley, how would you describe your water temperature?
Lukewarm. But I am the face of a cryogenic company in Cleveland, Ohio. So I would say maybe sub-zero.
Now, how is that happening? You wanted to freeze yourself when you die?
I was going for the Walt Disney gimmick.
Yeah.
I said, the business is about longevity. So I was trying to figure out any way to make that happen.
Are you Jewish by chance?
I got a little bit. I got a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Wonderful. Are you familiar with Walt Disney allegedly hating Jewish people?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good. More people need to start talking about it.
That was the first cryogenic guy that came to my mind. There's not a lot of us. So.
No, I know. He was the prominent. I think Ted Williams, the baseball player.
Okay.
I don't think he hated Jewish people. But you don't know now. Now I'm like,
the baseball guy I know is the Wade Boggs and him drinking a lot of beers. And, it just brings me back to the old days. The baby face RJ City.
Oh, well, that's very sweet of you. But you explain to everyone how you found my sash.
Oh, wow. So, I've been wrestling at Greektown this year. I love it up there. The people, I don't know how they feel about me, but I was doing, I was searching the ring crew trucks. I was looking for brass knuckles, actually. I actually was at the Greektown management office, I guess we could call it, right?
Sure.
And I was sleeping in the extra room with they had all the posters and everything. And there's just a sash framed on the wall, and it said RJ City. And there it was. I said, ever since then, well, honestly, I was, I was talking to the commission still because I still think we need to get him overturned. But I lost every match until I touched the sash. And now I won a match.
Look at that. I mean, not last night, but otherwise, yes.
Not in Greektown.
Yes, no, and good.
I mean, I think the ref counted a little quick. I got to talk to Bryce.
Yeah.
Or, management. I don't really have that kind of pull, so if you can pull any strings for me.
Yeah, I get them in an Applebee's, and then I really have my leverage. But I think it's nice, and I'm touched that I could bring you such luck, and I want you to touch it again, and I want you to wear it again.
Yeah.
I think it really behooves you.
All right. Yeah, I'll wear it out next time I'm at Greektown. I'll let them know.
Yes. Well, wonderful. Well, this was delightful. This is very sweet.
Yeah. Thank you for having me on. I kept trying to type, but I didn't know how to work this thing.
Well, You're here now. The world has heard your voice. And when I say the world, I mean women in the eastern states, normally over the age of 45.
Well, I'll end it with this. Women in the eastern states over 45, pick out your favorite 3 appetizers at Applebee's because we're going.
Yeah. Tell them RJ and Wes sent you. All right. I will talk to you soon.
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate you. I'll talk to you soon.
Yes. Goodbye.
All right. Thank you.
Well, that was adorable. The upping and coming Wes Barkley. Go watch what he did on Collision. Go watch what he does in Greektown and AIW and all that kind of thing. Erin said, don't forget to like the videos. That's so sweet of you. Mia said her cable guy still isn't there. James said Jake Roberts was my favorite AEW episode. When you do 70, like they don't all come to mind. They all blur together now. Bassett said, also my birthday was on the 13th. Well, what do you want from me? Darren said, if you had to head into a Chinese takeout, what are you ordering? Wonton soup. Right away. No question. And I love a dumpling. I love a steamed dumpling. And then not a big fan of the noodles in any variety. Just give me a chicken or a tofu. I like a braised tofu and vegetable. I think it's great. Sometimes I have the eggplant and the brown sauce, but only sometimes. Only when I'm indisposed for the rest of the day. Mark said, I wish I could stay for the rest of the live stream. Before I go, who's your favorite Carol Burnett show character? Also, can you please date me? Mark, I cannot date you, and I'm so sorry. But my favorite Carol Burnett show character is when Tim Conway was playing a general, and he was stripping Harvey Korman of his rank, and he's like, you've got to do your duties. That is my favorite character. Fearless Adam Erb said, if you could have a themed Hey W episode, what would the theme be? Well, we have had themes. We've had a Christmas one. We had a New Year's one. I don't know where they fall this year, so I don't know if we'll do them again. But Halloween's coming up. That Sunday is the 29th, pretty close to Halloween. Maybe I should do a Halloween one. That's what I'm thinking. Human said, how do you feel about Dustin Diamond? Let's remove the porn and when he stabs someone and the fact that he's tragically dead. I didn't find him that funny. Leo said we should get frozen mozzarella sticks. Joe said Steph DeLander and Cardona would be good. Also listening, I would be remiss if I did not mention the wonderful Mark Sterling. And I don't know if people know this. He found himself in action last night. And he did a commendable job. He whipped his jacket off. You know, and it's just that whole thing takes it off. And it's something that he probably does when he comes home every day. He did a tremendous job. And he knows, apparently, a little bit, Matt Cardona. I think they're acquaintances or something. Leo said, Walt Disney was a bellend. Amanda said, Wes is amazing. This is the best. Nail said, Smart Mark is in spaces. He should have been on Hey W several times by now. He missed the Jade window. And now I don't know what's happening with his group. But he is ultimately on the list. In the meantime, we have the pre-shows. I hopped on the pre-show last night. And it was a swell time, despite his horrific black eye. Christine said RJ should come and visit Greektown. I have no ulterior motives. I just think it would be nice. I'll come, sell merch, and then leave. Liam said, I smoked a bowl, and now I'm ordering food. What would be your breakfast order if you could get anything? Well, I got so much Sheets coffee here. I miss, and I haven't been there in years and years. You know, they have the IHOP, and people love IHOP. But there's an OHOP, the original house of pancake. And they have sourdough pancakes, and they have French toast that's on Italian bread, and it's so good. Darren said, bro, I'm in the UK and 32 years old. I'm the money demo for sure. Okay, fair. SM said, do they still have the all-you-can-eat boneless wings promotion? I'll have to check with the franchise owners. Tony said, will you be at Collision in Memphis? This shit, like, sometimes I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, like, week to week. So, like, maybe, probably, but I don't know for sure. Kurt said Jeff Jarrett was my favorite episode. Andrew said, RJ, Flushing has the best dumplings. Find a spot to visit when you were there on Wednesday. Flushing, Queens is where Fran Fine used to work. Excuse me. I got the character confused with the real person, which they're so far apart. I need to go traipsing through Queens. My mother's we grew up, there was a house there in Richmond Hill, Queens. My grandmother designed the logo. I'm going to show it, Andrew, because I have it. It's still outside a building. She designed this logo, my grandmother, for the Richmond Hill Block Association. That's it right there. Isn't that incredible? Yeah, this is really something. And we're all terribly proud of her. Human Adventure said, good morning. It's been a while. Been working on Sundays, but I'll come in with Adam Cole as a favorite Hey W. He's not a minor. I hope Cincinnati was fun. Yeah, he was great. He really, really was. Everyone was great, except for a few of them. Nail said, I didn't get to see Collision properly yet. I was in the city and frantically streamed bits on my phone on the way home, going to watch properly after the program. Leo said, does working out make your ass hurt? Yes, it does, but in the best way possible. Christine said, do you have a go-to Chinese restaurant in the Toronto GTA? And please don't say Mandarin. Oh, my God. No. Choice of the Orient is very good. That's really the only Chinese I get. I'm sure there's a bunch more downtown, though. Nell said, get Abaddon for Halloween. Kendi said, please do a Halloween episode and just talk like Vincent Price the whole time. Welcome to Hey W. I am RJ City, and my guest is Peter Lorre. Hey. Leo said, did you see Dustin Diamond in early TNA? Yes, I did, and he's no Danny Bonaducci. Aaron said, Mark Sterling gives Jerry Lewis a run for his money with these nice suits. Yeah, Mark Sterling is a well-suited man. And, that, in this business, they're so desperately, pathetically trying to look like big shots in suits. Mark Sterling is one of the few guys that pulls it off and actually looks like he wears these suits, period. You know what I mean? Some guys, especially in like the indie booker, will wear the suit and then have just like all black sneakers. And you're like, buddy, if you just wore nice shoes and normal clothes, it would have been better. Kurt said, Carson, Conan, Letterman, in order of preference. I would say Letterman is the one I prefer the most, and then Conan, and then Carson. If I have to watch a full episode, that would just be the order. Good friend Jake said, I love the Jericho and the Refs episodes. Also very good episodes. Andrew said, my wife's family is from Richmond Hill. Isn't this nice? Let's all go to London Lenny's. Leo said, Dustin Diamond looked like Sami Zayn's troubled brother. Leo cannot get off the odd men. Andrew said, come by Bayside. We will take you to lunch. Oh, that would be adorable. Mass Andy said, the best shrimp scampi I had ever had was from a diner in Jackson Heights in Queens. No need of mentioning the name of it. Ramblings of a Dying Soul said, what's your favorite merch of yours on ProWrestlingTees.com? I'm partial to the Pink City After Dark one. I love the RJ City Stairway to Obscurity one. I would have to, if I had to put my money on my favorite one that I would like to wear, it's that one. I just like how bad that design is. Mookie said, Halloween is on a Tuesday, Thanksgiving is on a Thursday as always, and Christmas and New Year's are on a Monday. Son of a bitch. Christine said, that's true. Mark Sterling wears a great suit. Mass Andy said, Gilbert Gottfried, Michael McKean, or Dana Gould. Which impression of Vincent Price do you prefer? Is there another? You can't touch Michael McKean's. If you've seen it at its peak and its prime, absolutely untouchable. And I was floored. The other ones are not bad, obviously, but Darren said, did you ever meet Dan O'Toole or Jay Onrait? Renee and I were on Sports Center on TSN with Jay Onrait right before Forbidden Door, whatever that week was. And it was a great time. So go look it up. It's available. How the fuck do you not know this? Leo said, indie promoters always have the worst color schemes for the shirts and ties with their suits. That's because they're classy. Nails is shouting out great suit wearers, Mark, Roosh, and Andrade. But you got to put Mark at the top. Mass Sanity said, the diner in Jackson Heights, it's Ricky's Cafe. Tell them Mass Sanity sent you. Mia said, I just want Jose the assistant without Roosh. I still hate him for taking the title off of Matt Dave. Well, you've got David problems. Darren said, my wife and I were watching some matches, and she had ref questions, so I put on the Hey W Refs episode. It literally is everything you've always wanted to ask a ref. So I feel like I did a public service in that regard. You don't often get to talk to a ref. Kurt said, Easter Sunday is on a Sunday next year. Oh, that'll go well. Leo said, I'm Ronald Reagan. Yes, by the way, I said this last week. I'm going to say it again. Oh, and then I want to talk about something else. What was I going to say? Oh, Bobby Cruz does one of the best Ronald Reagans I've ever heard. That's all I'm going to say. MS said, Maurice LaMarche, I think is who you're thinking of. Vincent Price is also very good. Nail said, speaking of Matt Taven, RJ, do you take neck health seriously? Yeah, look at this baby. Look at this son of a bitch. I have a posture corrector. Look at this thing. The vein. It's great. Or do you want a wiener punch and a pile driver from Mike Bennett? I'll take one of them, and I won't tell you which. Christine said, oh, Andrade would be a fun hey guess. Yeah, I'd probably get the shit kicked out of me. Josh Alba said, good morning, RJ. Good morning to you. SM wants Amber by 311 in the Sebastian Maniscalco voice. This is Sebastian Maniscalco doing Amber by 311. Brainstorm, take me away from the norm. I got to tell you something. This phenomenon, I had to put it in a song, and it goes like this. Whoa, amber is the color of your energy. Whoa, shades of gold display naturally. You want to know what brings me here? You glide through my head, blind to fear, and I know why. Whoa, amber is the color of your energy. Shades of gold display naturally. You live too far away. Your voice rings like a bell anyway. Don't give up your independence unless it feels so right. Nothing good comes easily. Sometimes you gotta fight. Whoa, brainstorm, take me away from the norm. Whoa, I gotta tell you something. That was Amber by 311 by Sebastian Maniscalco. I do want to talk about this. I totally forgot, and I need to make a point of talking about it. That fucking woman that accused Steve Martin of being horrible to her when they did Little Shop of Horrors. She was the nurse. She was the dental hygienist, and he's the dentist. And she said they didn't care for her safety, and that, like, reading that story was like Christmas morning to me. I can't tell you how much I love that whole musical. I've seen it so many times. And that performance. And then just to read this revelation, and then Steve Martin's like, I don't remember what. It was so long ago, I don't remember, but also I couldn't have done that. Which is also great. And then Frank Oz weighing in. And then you go back and go watch the song. I'll be your dentist. Go watch that song. And you're like, is this woman just getting fucking brained the whole time? There's a door that opens in her face. He just fucking hauls off and punches her right across the nose. And you're like, is this woman just getting knocked out and getting up and going on? Or is this like clearly slapstick and this woman is just lost it now? I have no fucking idea. But it may be. Don't forget, years ago I tried to cancel Steve Martin and it didn't take. Don't forget who was ahead of the curve. Maybe I knew something he didn't. Just throwing it out there. But that's like, fuck, that's one of my favorites ever. Good friend Jake said, RJ, what caused you to forsake Canada? A lack of resources and an entertainment industry. Jimmy said, since we're on the topic of best guests, Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter was fantastic. One of those ones who's like, I've never seen the show before, and then was just like perfect. Lady said, Steve Martin scandal. Why do you like it? I can't get enough of it. I'm obsessed with it. What did happen when they were shooting that? What did Frank Oz do? Joe said, Dave Foley doesn't get enough credit. News Radio and Kids in the Hall was amazing. Yeah, I love News Radio. We should all talk about News Radio more. Jillian said, I'm going to see Little Shop of Horrors today, and I've never seen it. One of my favorites. As Mario Cantone said, Little Shop of Horrors is the last great American musical. Christine's been a member for 25 months, and I never use this thing. I just want to say you're lovely. Read it, accept it, feel uncomfortable about it. I've been doing that for years. And here we are now. So thanks a lot. Leo said, since Jim Cornette said nice things about you, how would you feel if Joe Rogan said nice things about you? Pretty neutral, because I know he was not getting his facts from a reputable place. Neil said, happy cultiversary to our wonderful Queen Christine. Matt Sandy said, News Radio was great until we lost Phil Hartman. Look, John Lovitz tried his best. It's not bad. For horror circumstances, pretty good job. They needed to just limp to the finish line, you know? They didn't have intentions of, I think they just had a deal and they had to finish it. So under those circumstances, John Lovitz is the best you can do. Neil said, put on the tits shirt for the finale. Okay. It's the Tony Storm Chin Up Tits Out shirt. I'm so proud of that interview, and it's not done. There's more to go. I hope I get to talk to her next week. I don't know. It's at her beck. When she wants, I'll be there. That's something you make time for. I can't say enough. I'm supposed to be an unbiased journalist. I can't say enough good things about it. Mia said, is there a cheat meal? Well, I'm on the road today, so there'll be something. I just don't know what. I'm going to have to go roaming through the airport. Rambling said, I heard they might reboot Wings. If it's anything like the reboot Night Court is, we are a horrible time. Jesus, I have a minute left, but I also want to say the Frasier trailer. Oh my God. It's like, here's nothing you like about Frasier, except for maybe Frasier, but in a totally different way. Enjoy. None of the people you want. The dog is dead. Watch the new Frasier. Lady said, everyone have a great Sunday. Gotta go. I will say this before I show off the shirt. Go watch the latest AEW with the Mogul Embassy, Nana, Cage, Toa, and Khan. You're going to have a great time. Go like it, go share it, go watch it, go comment, all that nice stuff. And I'll get a look at this shirt again. And here's a shot. Oh, my God. The leather has ripped off a layer of my thighs. There you go. Until next time, chin up, tits out, Godspeed.